That's what I do. And because of that, when I bring my customers get the special treatment. The truth is, I never got chased out because when I arrive, they make sure they serve me first. By 6:50, I'm done. I'm gone. Because why? Money alone is not enough. I give them advice as if I were in their shoes. You need relationship, which what I call social capital. You need interest. That's what I call human capital. But the RMB at that time in 2007 was appreciating, and that makes them lost money. So they complained to me.
Why did you advise us to do so?
Yes.
Welcome, big thinkers. This episode is gonna be 100% in English. And welcome, Mr. Eric Sim.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, over 2 million subscribers in LinkedIn, over 20 years experience as a banker.
Yes.
And right now, an author, a coach, career coach, life coach, and also speaking in amazing podiums globally.
Yeah. I'm very lucky to have this opportunity to live the life that I always wanted.
Yeah. Also featured in Business Insiders and Fortune magazine.
Yeah,
yes,
you have got fantastic memory. You did your homework.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm curious. Can you please summarize a little bit of your experience about your journey during your professional days? What are the most interesting part of the story? Stressful moments, achieving moments?
To get a context of my professional story, I need to go back to my childhood where I helped my father for 10 years at the hawker center selling prawn noodles.
Prawn noodles, wow.
I spoke Hokkien, Singapore Chinese dialect, failed my English, failed my mathematics as well. So it was a struggle for me in school. I was super skinny. I suffered from eczema. And my mother refused to let me play any sports.
Okay.
So I was good for nothing.
Good for nothing. Okay.
Then eventually I said, okay, let me focus on mathematics first. Got my mathematics up. Did engineering degree. And I said, one day I need to also improve my English. So start speaking English.
Yeah.
And I managed to get into banking.
Yeah.
And just now you asked me about my banking career. One of the most difficult time is when my client say that I betrayed their trust.
Okay.
They were a Chinese real estate company. So they wanted to issue a bond. And they wanted to issue a US dollar bond. Their business is in Chinese renminbi. So I suggested a currency swap. They trusted me, they entered into the contract. It was like a 5-year contract. But the RMB at that time in 2007 was appreciating, and that makes them lost money.
Yep.
So they complained to me.
Why did you advise us to do so?
Yes. Why do you advise? And I've never ever been accused of betraying a client because I have always given all my clients the best advice. I give them advice as if I were in their shoes. I will not recommend anything that I will not buy myself.
Yeah.
This I learned from my father at the hawker store. So I told them that is supposed to be the way, and then you didn't actually lose money because you make money from your business. So this hedge kind of neutralized it. Fortunately, the great financial crisis came.
2008, I think. Yeah.
2008.
Yeah.
And the RMB weakens.
Yeah.
And now from loss, it became a gain for them.
Yes.
Their business lost big time because they cannot sell real estate property.
Yeah.
They thanked me for it.
Yeah.
Because that contract helps them throughout that year.
So at the end of the contract, they actually gained.
Yeah,
They were frustrated.
Before the end. Because it was 5 years.
Yes.
2 years into the contract, they gained. The first year, they lost.
Yeah, so they were frustrated when they lost.
Yeah, then when they gain, they thank me for it. Every year, they say, hey, Eric, do you have any more such ideas? Can you introduce to us? And until today, we were still staying in touch. But when I was accused by them, I was very devastated. I remember I was based in Hong Kong then. I came onto the Hong Kong airport. I was having a phone call with them, and there was a travelator. I was standing at the travelator, taking this call, listening to their complaint, their accuse. And as I listened to them, I squat down in my navy blue suit with white shirt and my bag. People were just passing by. I was just squatting there.
Wow.
That was the lowest point.
You started doubting yourself?
I didn't doubt myself because my conscience is clear, but I felt very sorry to get the client into that stage.
Okay.
Yeah. Fortunately, I persevered. I explained to them. I bought time.
Awesome. And then when you go through such situations, how do you handle yourself?
Number one is to go to the gym.
Okay.
If you want something effective to release stress, you need to do it the physical way first. So every Monday, 11 a.m., I'm at the gym. Regardless of whatever meetings, I remember when I first joined a bank, the secretary put a meeting at 12 o'clock. It means I cannot go to the gym at 11.
Yep.
I went for the meeting then. From that day onwards, I blocked my calendar 11 to 12:30, so nobody can book for lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one. You need to exercise even when there's no stress.
Okay.
If not, when the stress comes, your body cannot go exercise because
Okay.
not fit enough.
Yeah.
So that's one. Number two, keep a few close friends to you. Close to you so that when you have problems, you can share with them. Of course, you don't just use your friend when you're down. When you have good times, you share with them. They need help, be there for them as well. Yeah. So these are very key. Thirdly is because I've been through so much, I know that a lot of problems will get smaller over time. And when you look at bigger scheme of things, right? As long as it's not life and death, as long as it doesn't impact your health permanently, a lot of things can be solved. Especially things that can be solved using money is not a major problem.
I like that. You remind me of a quote that my mom told me when I was young. Remember this sentence. It is just a simple sentence. This too shall pass.
Yes.
So whenever you're in problem, just say that this too shall pass. When you're excited, just say this too shall pass. So you are always in stable mode.
Yes. So when you got a big win, sometimes it's due to luck. So don't need to be too happy. Mm-hmm. And of course, when you suffer, is part of way of growing as well.
Yeah. So coming back to your journey as a professional, you shared with me about your downtime. Did you have at least one golden time? Like you felt, I did it. I achieved it.
I have many golden time. When I move from banks, bank to bank, usually is fantastic move for me. I remember I moved from Standard Chartered Bank to Citi. I was a risk manager, is like a middle office job for 4 years. Not super high pay and not client facing. I like the boss. My boss was Persona Tombre. He's fantastic. Then he resigned, so I need to move. Just at this time, a friend of mine called Terence Goh, my ex-colleague from DBS, called me to say, hey, would you want to join Citi? My boss is looking for somebody with your skill set. So I say, yeah, of course, Citi, big bank. I went 3-4 rounds of interview and I got the job. And it was, can you imagine, me was originally from the hawker world. I was supposed to take over my father's prawn noodle store. Then I went to banking, and now I'm in with this big international bank. When I request to be transferred to City China after working for 4 years in Singapore? They say yes. 2 years later, I say, I know enough of China market. I want to move to Hong Kong. I want to be more international. They say yes. I stayed there for 8 years.
Wow.
So that, I thought, was a big win. Make so many friends, open up my mind. I was working with a lot of international bankers.
And during that time when you were moving, how was your family life? Did your children follow you? You lived in China, they studied in China.
So I make it a point to move together with my family.
Okay.
In fact, my daughter was born in Shanghai, my son was born in Hong Kong.
Okay.
And we have to move together, especially when the kids are young.
Yeah.
Then you can have that family unit intact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I find it is very dangerous for the sake of money to lose that family kind of a connectivity.
So you consider yourself, this is a direct question, do you consider yourself from a privileged background or a non-privileged background?
What do you think? From a hawker. So I was helping my father to wash bowls, cut chili.
Okay. So here's the catch. Yeah. Even a person who keeps on saying, "Oh, he's successful because he's privileged," there are people who can reach that level without having privilege.
In fact, I consider myself privileged.
And that's the point. That's why I'm asking you.
Privileged there. Today, when I look back, I can proudly say that I achieved without family connection,
yes,
without money.
Yeah.
People who come from very privileged background, they are trying very hard to prove that what they achieve today is not because of family support or family connection.
They cannot accept.
They feel insecure.
They want the personal validation. They don't want people to judge them. You are like this because of your family.
So I've got friends who say, "Oh no, I didn't come from a rich family background."
Yeah.
They fly first class all the time.
Yeah.
And you tell me you're not from privileged background. They want to say that they work very hard as well.
Yeah.
So I know it's a struggle for them because I meet a lot of these people. They are really talented, they are really hardworking, and they did achieve a lot. But they still need to prove to the outside world, I'm not so-and-so son.
Yes.
Because, some of these rich people that we know, we always think, because of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, nobody has said that to me.
Awesome.
I say, but my father did teach me.
Yeah.
A lot of good lesson.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. What lessons do you learn from your father?
So there was once that I can cook for myself. I was
At what age?
17.
Okay.
So before that, I was washing bowls, collecting money. I cannot cook yet. And when we were washing bowls, we have 3 pails of water. The first pail is detergent water. Second and third pails are clean water.
Clean water.
We don't have a running tap. There's only one running tap, which is near the cooking station.
Yeah.
So I will put the used bowls into the detergent water, rinse them with a sponge, then put them on the second pail, third pail, and it's clean and it can be used again.
Yeah.
So at 17 years old, my father said, "Okay, you can cook for yourself."
Yeah.
So I went to the cooking station, I took the clean bowl, I turned around, put it under the running tap, and wash again. My father saw it and told me sternly but softly, "Don't wash again. If it's clean enough for the customers, it's clean enough for you."
Okay.
From that day onwards, I never wash again. So that is the value and work ethics I brought into banking. Whatever I sell, it must be something that also I would use.
Okay.
Yeah, because that is how you can maintain trust and build long-term relationship with customers. So my customers will be with me even I move banks, even they'll call me 5-10 years later to ask for advice because they know whatever advice I give them is best for them.
Because you would do the same.
I would do the same.
Exactly.
And I don't sell them products because I'm making the most money.
Yeah.
And it's bad for them. So I don't do that.
Okay. And we both come from a similar kind of background in a way that Indians are also hardworking, Chinese are hardworking, especially our mothers. They're kind of strict at times.
Yes.
Sometimes. Yeah. What did you learn from your mom?
My mom is really an kind of entrepreneur mindset in thinking. We were living in a Singapore government flat, 2 bedrooms, 5 of us, both my parents and 2 younger sisters. For $150 Singapore dollars at that time, she rented out 1 room to a singer.
1 room. So now 1 bedroom left.
For 5 of us. So I was sleeping on the floor with the very thin mattress. You know. So that's how she is. She's always thinking, okay, how can we get more money so that to ensure that she pays the school fees for us, so that your teachers don't come to you and ask you for school fees.
Yes.
It's only $5 at that time, but it's embarrassing for the kids.
Yeah.
So although we were poor, she made sure that that didn't happen. And later on, I found out that hey, this singer who rented our flat for about 10 years. After that, she left. Then I said, hey, this auntie who's 10, 15 years older than me, and I said, this auntie never sing at home. You say that she's a singer. And then she works late. Normally after dinner, she go to work.
Yeah.
My mother said, what singer? She's a KTV hostess.
Oh, okay.
My mother rented 1 room to a KTV hostess. I said, Mom, what are you thinking? I was a teenager. You bring in a KTV hostess into our house. I said, that's life lesson, what? You need to know the good and the bad.
Yeah.
And then in the future,
she's very straightforward,
when you go out, you will know what people are like.
Yeah.
You will not be conned or, have imaginary thinking.
Yeah. You will know what is good for you.
What is good for you. But to know what's good for you, you must also know what's bad for you.
Yeah.
You want to watch a good movie.
Yeah.
You also have to watch the bad movie. You want to read a good book, you have no choice, but you will read some bad books.
What's the best $2 that you ever spent?
The best $2 I ever spent? Usually after gym, I go and eat chicken rice. So my routine is very standard. That happens every Monday. And there was one Monday, I went to queue at this chicken rice store, and queuing in front of me, is a young man wearing office wear, white shirt. When his turn to order, he ordered his chicken rice, and the chicken rice owner say $5 Singapore dollars. He checked his wallet, he has only 3. And he was surprised it was $5. Maybe because this is in CBD area, he wasn't used to paying this much. And he said, do you have whatever PayNow or PayLah? The hawker staff said no. So I took $2, I give it to the owner, so I said I'll cover for him. The owner was happy, so quickly prepared the chicken rice, otherwise the queue would be held up. This young man said, can I pay you back in whatever way? But I just came back from Hong Kong, I don't have any of this digital payment. I say it's okay, enjoy your lunch. It makes me very happy because I helped him solve a problem.
Wow.
That $2, if I had used it to buy a piece of chocolate, you eat it, maybe you enjoy it for a minute.
Yeah, you're right.
But that $2, until today, when I recall, I still remember.
You enjoy the feeling, feeling.
And that's why sometimes happiness does not require a lot of money. Yeah, it's your mindset. And the best is spend on others.
Spend on others. Awesome. What about curiosity, the plate of curiosity?
Plate of curiosity is...
What is it?
About being curious about other culture. And the best thing to learn about another culture is through local food. Through local street food.
Okay.
Because that's the food that they eat.
Yeah.
And that's the food that has been there for years. Because sometimes we say, oh, we appreciate other culture. It's talking.
Yeah.
The moment you eat that food, you are really embracing that culture.
True.
So sometimes when I visit a client, say in Thailand, they say, okay, let's go and have some Thai food in the Thai restaurant. I say, no. Just bring me to your favorite street food store. The client was so happy. Because I could have paid or they could have paid. It doesn't matter. But because I want to try their food.
And it's a respect.
It's a respect. We built good relationship.
Yeah.
And we closed many deals
Wow.
for banking. So I don't always bring my clients to Michelin star. Depends of them, depending on their seniority. I remember one of my client is a Japanese client based out of Tokyo, working for a huge logistic company. He was going to Singapore for a business trip. I was based in Hong Kong. I said, I'll fly to Singapore as well. Let me take you out to a roadside seafood restaurant. We had it, crab, vermicelli, and some seafood. It was really nice. No aircon, but he enjoys it. Because he was already treated by other bankers to the top-end restaurant.
Yeah.
Nobody has the courage or the guts to show him something so
delicious.
So delicious, yet
but it's in a very simple place.
Simple place, slightly run down.
Yeah.
After that, he wrote me a fiscal letter sent from Tokyo to Hong Kong to thank me for it and hope that we can do more business.
Yes. And he will never forget that experience.
He will never forget that experience, of course, because as a foreigner, people talk about Singapore street food. It's not just a hawker store, a small hawker store where you just eat noodle. This is a coffee shop in a nice street where there are a lot of activities. Yeah, it's things like that people feel that you put in the extra mile to help them, and it's always through food. And I also believe that you must know your restaurants.
You must know your restaurants.
In every city that I entertain, that I have clients, I make sure I have one restaurant that I walk in, the manager knows my name.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And because of that, when I bring my customers get the special treatment.
Yeah.
There was one Japanese restaurant in Hong Kong called Tomogazu. I know them very well. The moment I walk in, hey, Mr. Sim, welcome. And I asked my guest, my customer, I said, okay, you look at this fish on display, the sushi bar, just point at any fish. Don't even look at the menu. Don't even look at the price. He pointed one tuna. The chef said, oh, for Mr. Sim's friends, we got a better quality fish. And he took from the fridge below. Then,
That changed his perspective.
Then my client was
Impressed.
And he got a better fish than he would normally have.
Yeah.
And it fostered the relationship.
Yes.
And it's much easier to do deals.
Yes.
And also, right, sometimes it's not just to do deals, but it's also to kind of go through a relationship. Because relationship with clients or people close to you has up and down.
Yep.
If you can use food to build that initial relationship, later on it's easier.
You're right.
Especially different experience. Not just spending money on a 3-star, a 3 Michelin star restaurant. It's not that.
So I should take you to the hawker food here.
Yes, please do.
I have to, yeah?
You have to. You
Okay.
have to. But be mindful who to take to the hawker stores.
Okay.
I will not take a very junior client who came from low-income family to a hawker store. He will not be impressed.
Yeah.
For people like that, I take them to 3 Michelin star restaurants.
Because they don't experience that daily.
Yes,
So for them, that is special.
that is special.
The other way around, for people who are in the executive level.
Yes.
Yes.
So you must know your client and know your food. And how did I build the relationship with the sushi restaurant that I walk in? It's not just the chef, the manager. From me walking to the sushi counter, a few people already greeted me. Because every Chinese New Year, I bring a stack, 30 to 40 red packets. I distribute
Wow.
to the staff. Even the chef or the workers in the kitchen, I say, ask them to come out. I never see them before. I say, who's in the kitchen? Ask them to come out. They come, then I distribute the red packet. Yeah.
Of course, they'll never forget you then.
Yeah.
So
So
you
it's not about the money, it's also the gesture to show
Yes,
your
yes.
appreciation.
Yeah. And it's a well strategy as well.
Yeah. For a small amount of money,
Yeah.
you get VIP treatment.
Yeah.
And that's why I say focus on one restaurant, build good relationship, and use it for entertainment.
True. So you enjoyed ayam bakar?
Yes, fantastic.
What is your favorite food in Jakarta?
Jakarta must be soto ayam.
Soto ayam.
Yeah, simple, yet very tasty. And I like the soto ayam here compared to Singapore, because in Singapore the soto ayam is they put the rice cake
Yeah.
into the soup.
Yeah, over here you get it separate.
So it's one bowl, but down here you got the rice separate.
You can choose. Over here you can get mixed or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of the ingredients are separate. The fried onions, the chili, the
Yes.
lime, all is separate.
Yeah.
So each mouthful, you can create your own taste.
Yes,
I
true.
can create more fried
Yeah,
onion.
yeah.
The next mouthful, I want to create with more
Yeah,
chili.
you can custom your own taste.
Every mouthful you can do that.
Yeah.
Some with soup,
Yeah.
some with chicken.
Yeah.
So it's amazing for Indonesia. That's what you do.
Yeah.
And even for the rojak, right?
Yeah.
The sauce is not mixed in,
Yeah.
I find.
Yes.
Because in Singapore, we mix rojak sauce with the fruits.
Yeah.
And no matter what fruit you eat, it tastes about the same.
Yeah, true.
Now you can clearly see what you're eating and you
Yeah.
can control the amount of sauce you want to put.
Yes, true.
That's the beauty.
That shows that Indonesian people are full of, they love choices.
They love choices and they are very thoughtful to create that eating experience that has got variation even in that meal.
Yeah, true.
It's not like pizza.
Yeah.
Every bite is the same.
Yes. True. Okay, let's jump to leap of faith. Everybody must or should take a risk.
Should take a risk. I was working for a bank. I was based in Hong Kong, and a friend of mine who was my classmate for financial mathematics master. We were both in a class. I quit after 3 months because of my travel schedule. He continued, and then he became a PhD. Then he got one intern who has been working with him for a year,
Yep.
based in Singapore. And at the end of this year, he got no more job for him, and this guy going to be jobless. Wow. So my friend called me, hey, can you help my intern, give him some advice? So I said, okay, let's do a video call. So the intern called me from Singapore, and I asked him, I find that this is a brilliant guy, good in mathematics, studied in Singapore and Paris. Then I said, why don't you come to Hong Kong to meet some people, because some of this opportunity that you're looking in Singapore is very limited. Hong Kong may have,
Okay.
but I don't know where the opportunities are. I said, just come and meet people. You come, I will introduce you some. Then he's thinking, should I fly to Hong Kong to meet people? And
with no clarity.
he has no idea who is going to meet,
Yeah.
whether it's a job. And he's an intern, he doesn't really have a lot of money.
Yeah.
That afternoon, he messaged me, he booked the air ticket. He took the leap of faith. After he booked the air ticket, he started messaging his friends in Hong Kong to say that he's coming. Then his friends know that he's looking for a job. His friend lined up some casual chit-chat, not official meeting. He flew in on a Wednesday. Thursday, he had a meeting. Friday, he got verbal offer to work for UBS Investment Bank as an equity trader.
Wow. From an intern.
From an intern to be an equity trader in the biggest equity house.
Wow.
And today he's still there. He's been 8 years, very successful, made a lot of money. If he didn't take that leap of faith, if he said that, okay, let Eric fix up some meetings.
First.
Let's have the interview. Then I book the air ticket. That's what most people will do.
Yeah.
But people
That's
will
the
not.
common way.
But people will not give you that interview because if let's say I'm the interviewer, I say, I don't want you to buy your own air ticket, you come, then I got no job for you.
Yeah.
But if you already bought the air ticket, I don't mind chatting with you for 10 minutes.
Yes.
Because
Anyway, you're there.
anyway, you're there.
Yeah.
So I just chat. Then from 10 minutes, hey, this guy is great. This guy is brilliant. Extend to 30, 40 minutes. Hey, I might as well hire this guy. Yeah, that's why leap of faith is very key to take a risk.
Okay. I'm just giving you guys the snippets of the book. Small actions. What about the 3P method?
The 3P method
From no to yes.
Yeah, it's negotiation, from no to yes. 3P stands for positivity, perseverance, and perspective. A lot of time when we want to negotiate, we must understand the perspective of that person. We must be positive so that we don't lose our cool. And we must persevere. The moment you stop persevering, it's the end of the conversation.
Persevering meaning you keep continuing the conversation, don't give up in the middle, yeah.
So I use this for my work, for banking, start convincing client. But it's also applicable when you try to book a restaurant.
Yeah.
I was based in Hong Kong, and there is this superb Italian restaurant that serves amazing pasta and out of the world pizza. On a Sunday afternoon, me and my family, especially my kids at that time, they were very young, they say, oh, we want that pizza. But in Hong Kong on Sunday,
it's always packed.
Always packed because the helpers are on holiday.
Yeah, on off duty.
So I called, do you have a table for tonight? They say, oh, sorry, we are fully booked. Can I come at 6 o'clock? Sir, which part of fully booked do you not understand? Wow. I say, how about if I leave by 7? Just a moment. Sir, we have a table for you. So I got my table. Number 1, perspective. Who is this person on the other side? This is just an employee. The more customer comes, the busier they get, because Sunday they have enough business. They don't need extra business.
Yeah.
So there's no point me telling them, hey, I'm your regular customers. I come every week. I spend few $100 each time.
No need to talk so much.
Don't talk so much, because it's not in her interest to make more money.
Yeah.
Her pay doesn't increase.
Yeah.
And number 2 is when she say, hey, which part of fully booked do you not understand? I cannot lose my cool. I still need to be positive. And I need to keep offering. Because if I say I come at 6, usually it's not busy. A lot of people don't eat dinner at 6 o'clock.
They eat after 7.
After 7.
Yeah.
But of course, when you spend a few $100s, you buy a bottle of wine. Some people, if you come at 6, you probably will eat until 8. And then if there's a booking at 7, she's going to get in trouble, because her job is to make sure the booking goes smoothly.
Yes.
But now, I say I'll leave by 7.
Yeah.
I'm giving her an option to chase me out by 7 p.m.
Yeah.
The truth is, I never got chased out, because when I arrived, they make sure they serve me first. By 6:50, I'm done. I'm gone. And a lot of times, the next customer is late. So I use this strategy, and it works 50% of the time.
Amazing.
And that is the 3P. Perspective,
Positive
positivity,
and
perseverance.
What about transformation? A lot of people talk we need to transform ourselves, but where does that begin?
Transformation is too scary. Because when you think about transformation, you need to take big action. I say forget about transformation. Just think roughly what you want to do, and what is one small step that can make you a bit closer to it. I told you I failed my English because I was speaking Chinese dialect. And one day I said that, okay, I work in banking, it's a nice job, it's good pay, but I want something different. So what can I do? So I wanted to blog. I tried on Facebook. None of my friends were interested in my career advice because they see me as a loser, right? I was a loser from the start. So I said, let me try on LinkedIn. I wrote my first post. There are 100 views, 10 likes. I was so impressed because in school, my essay that I wrote only got 2 views. My teacher and me.
Okay.
And neither of us liked my article. So 0 likes. And now suddenly I got 10 likes from strangers.
Yeah.
So that gave me the motivation to write the next article and next article. And today, I'm writing on LinkedIn for 10 years.
10 years.
This month is my 10th year anniversary writing on LinkedIn.
Amazing.
Every single week. There isn't a week
Every single week.
that I didn't write
Consistently.
consistently.
Oh my God. So it must be like 50 to over 500 articles.
Yeah, that's why I can write this book, because I took the best articles, the best 66 articles, categorized them, add more details, add more thought to it, invited my followers to also contribute. Then I produced this book.
Wow. So how long did it take to
Write the
this
book,
Yeah.
9 months, together with a co-author. The English version is with Simon Mollott.
Okay.
Yeah, so he took my LinkedIn articles and improved on it and asked me a deeper question. So I got an improved version of my LinkedIn articles.
So can I assume that your LinkedIn had a massive growth of followers due to your amazing articles?
That is one.
One of the
Secondly,
reason,
secondly, because I also write for big countries like
Okay.
China and India.
Yeah. You write for them?
I write with them in mind.
Okay.
So I don't just write for the Singapore market. I write
Okay.
for young people. I write for people who need career advice, who wants to move up despite their low family income and lack of connection. So there's a huge group of people that are
in these two countries.
that in these two countries, that is in this group, not necessarily in these two countries, but it's huge.
Yeah.
And also, I teach in the universities.
Yeah.
So I've given
So
speeches.
from a guy who failed in English, failed in maths, today you are teaching in universities.
Yeah. So I just gave a talk last summer at Cambridge University.
Yeah.
It was full house.
Yeah.
People were sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
And there were book signing.
Yeah.
So I was really
What was
happy.
the most interesting moment in that talk?
In that talk?
Yeah.
Because these people, they can join investment bank. They will be MDs. They got the pedigree, right?
Yeah.
At Cambridge University.
Yep.
So I was feeling, am I the right person to come here to give them a talk? Surprisingly, they welcome my stories, they welcome my sharing. And I was, I would say that my inferiority complex got completely erased.
Okay, that was the final,
Yeah.
Final to erase that, yeah.
The final to erase that was actually Chicago University. I did
Okay.
that during COVID, and that's what got me to write the book.
Okay.
Yeah, after that, then I teach also in Oxford and Cambridge.
So you had a little bit of inferiority complex left in you.
I
that
had
time.
a lot at
A
the
lot.
beginning.
Yeah.
Then as I get into investment banking, as I reach the MD title, still a little bit left, because sometimes, when people are overweight, they keep thinking that they're overweight. Even now, they are okay.
Yeah.
So it's in you. It's just part of the DNA. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of people to give you that positive feedback to erase that.
For me, it was a strategy. I had a very big inferiority complex because I'm a high school graduate.
Oh.
But then I have been a person that always thinks about strategy on how to face my insecurities. So I made a promise to myself, the day I can teach in a university, I'm invited as a guest lecturer, and I will teach in top 10 Indonesian institute or universities. I will feel I have successfully finished my MBA.
So you
And
did
it
that.
happened. It happened.
Congratulations.
And then after that, I became a book author. I became
Yeah, you will have a different experience to share with the readers.
yes. So when you were sharing me your journey, there are certain things that it connects with my life path. Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, Eric.
Yes.
Why the name Small Actions?
You know, when I was young, I got no confidence, so I've never taken big action like resign with no jobs or do a expensive course. But I realized that over my life, I've been taking small action, consistent action. I'll just tell you a story. I was helping my father to peel the black husk from bean sprout.
Yeah.
Because
bean
at the
sprout.
hawker center or at the hawker store selling prawn noodles, we put bean sprout.
Yeah.
And we use a few kg of bean sprout a day.
Yeah.
So it's a big pile. Now you don't see because when you go to supermarket, it's already cleaned up for
Yep,
you.
yep.
But during my time, there will still be some black husk.
Yeah.
My job is to remove them. And, you know, I was a teenager. I didn't have enough sleep. I go to the hawker store. My father asked me to do that. I was pulling a long face. So my father said, why pull such a long face? Don't look at the pile. Take a handful, clear the black husk, put one side, then you have achieved something. Take the second pile and put it to the side. And now the clean pile will grow bigger and the untreated pile will grow smaller. That gives you the motivation to continue.
Wow.
So that's what I applied throughout my life. And that's what I realized. That if you want to write on LinkedIn, it's one article at a time. Don't think about getting millions of followers. Just write consistently. If you want to improve your health, you want to run 42 kilometers for a marathon, don't think about 42 kilometers. Walk for 3 km. You can walk for 3 kilometers, run 3 kilometers, then 5, then 7. So that's how I motivate myself to do more. The key is small and consistent.
Small and consistent.
Because small means it's easy to do. Consistent, you make it into a habit.
Yes.
Then you don't have to think.
True.
And you just keep doing. And the compilation of the effect is going to be transformative.
That is where the transformation happens.
Yes.
Along the period of time. Consistency.
Yes.
Okay, Eric. Since now you are highly privileged to do the job that you love, to work on things that you love, to work with people that you want.
Yes.
It's a huge privilege to choose who I want to work with.
Yes.
Yeah. As a coach in the career industry, have you encountered some common cases why people get stuck?
They get stuck for many reasons. One I find is too transactional
Too transactional.
in dealing with people. If you got use for them, they treat you well. If you got no immediate use, they treat you like shit. So they'll never get anything big because you don't have the goodwill and the prolonged, the long-term relationships.
That is for the leaders or for the professionals?
For anybody.
For anybody, okay.
Anybody you
It
need.
works both ways.
It works both ways. So what I advise or coach my client is think longer term. It's okay to give more at the beginning. So sometimes you treat people to lunch, you help out. Not necessarily you will get your help back. And also, please don't think that way. However, the karma will come back to you. May not be through that person.
Yeah.
That person can refer you to somebody else and another person help you back.
Yeah.
And this has happened like in my life. I've been fair to people, treat them well, respect even the juniors. So when I left banking, when I published a book, some of my colleagues, past customers say, I'll take 50 copies. Some even take 100. and distribute to the company. So they support me by buying my books. But this is because of the goodwill that I've developed
over the past few years.
More than past few years, 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
So number one, don't be transactional. Number two is be willing to change. Because sometimes when you reach like 40s, it's difficult to change. Yeah. Have a mindset of be willing to change.
Change and adaptability are two separate things or same?
Change and adaptability are different things. Change could be new ideas that you want to change yourself. You want to then, I would say, have a new direction.
Okay, have a new direction.
Adaptability is the environment has changed.
Okay.
Can you adapt?
Okay.
But sometimes change is nothing has changed. You change yourself. So that's the difference.
Adapt is temporary.
Adapt is not say temporary. If the environment change, then you can change with it. Say for example, now we keep talking about AI. Are you able to create a twin AI to replace yourself? Okay. If you can do that, you got fantastic AI skills. Yeah. So that's the change that we need to adapt. But sometimes internally, you think, okay, what are the areas of my weakness or failures? Go and attack that, because your weakness is where your desire lies.
Okay.
You see?
Your weakness
is where your desire lies. So a lot of people ignore weakness. That means they ignore their desire. One of my weaknesses is public speaking. Why? Because I desire one day to go on stage and speak. Language-wise, you see, I cannot speak Russian. But Russian is not my weakness. Why?
Because you don't desire to speak Russian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So every time you think of your weaknesses, is because you have a desire to improve.
Okay.
So
weakness or fear, whenever you feel fear, that's actually something you really want.
Yes.
Okay.
So I say, look at those and make the change. Yeah. So these are the two. The third one is not developing a wide range of interests. A lot of professionals, they focus on the job. You want to do well on your job, you keep focusing to be a better and better specialist in your job.
Okay.
You don't have any interest, you don't have any time. Then end up, you can't engage in a conversation that is non-work related. Then you don't build relationships. And to get promoted, you need a lot of people to support you, to say good things about you. They say good things about you. A lot of time is because you seem nice, you seem interesting, you are helpful. Should learn useful skills. So for me, if you say, oh, you want to buy a property in Singapore, I introduce you an agent, property agent. You want to learn AI, I say, I already customized my AI, I'll show you how. You want to write a book, I introduce you to my publisher, Risita. You want to write English book? I introduce you to my Singapore publisher, World Scientific. You want to get translated to Chinese? I've got publisher in China. So stand by a list of resources and learn useful skills. So I learn video editing. So I can teach people how to edit video.
Okay.
If you want to learn how to invest money, how to be financially free, I can also teach you. Although I don't offer that, but people who trust me, I'm happy to share what I've done.
Awesome. And what are the one most important, I think this is the killer advice. Learn. I can't even ask you that question because you just answered me. For every professional, they must learn a wide range of
skill sets. And in my case, I make it a point to learn one thing very new every year.
One thing every year.
And that one new thing is not related to my core job.
Yeah, something different.
Something different.
If you are a banker, suddenly you will learn how to play guitar, for example. or you're going to learn something to do with graphic design, for example.
That's what I did. I did graphic design, I did interior design, I did Japanese language, I did positive psychology. I got a folder this thick full of certificates.
Amazing.
The initial reason why I get all these certificates is to overcome my inferiority complex. I thought the more certificate I have. Yeah, but at the end I realized that this helped me become more interesting and more helpful to others.
And when you talk to people, you connect easily?
Yes. And once you learn something new, you can connect with something that you already know.
Yes.
Say, for example, I learn video editing. Then I can post videos. Previously, I was posting photos and text.
Yeah.
Right now, I can use it. And you can see that by writing on LinkedIn, I can share my banking experience.
Yep.
You see, I've got 20 over years of banking experience. Once I left, it's useless.
Yep.
But because of writing on LinkedIn and sharing with my students, I can still make use of what I know. Relive that
experience.
And I can talk about a case, how I structured the deal, how I got the customers to agree to the deal, and how I help the customers to do the financing.
Awesome.
So all of that didn't go to waste because now I have writing skills, I have a distribution channel, and I've got students in the universities who can benefit from my knowledge.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, going back to life, as you are a life coach as well.
Yes.
Okay. Same question. What are the common things that you encounter from your clients?
For my clients is, I think sometimes they don't plan early enough. A lot of people just target money. So most people will say, I want to have X million of dollars, then I quit my job. Then I go to the beach, or I'll think about it.
Yeah, it's a very common thing.
I'll think about it when I reach.
Once I have $10 million, I'll go for a holiday.
Then you realize that one day you really have $10 million and you're not happy.
Yeah.
Because why? Money alone is not enough. You need relationship, which what I call social capital.
Yeah.
You need interest.
Yeah.
That's what I call human capital.
Interest is human capital. Relationship is social capital.
And you need financial capital, of course.
And you need financial capital.
Yeah. So you need 3 forms of capital to lead a meaningful and fulfilling life.
Okay.
Whether you call it retirement or not, depends on the person. It can be your 40s or 50s. And try to prolong the stage where you have health, time, and money.
Okay, now can you please share about the stages?
There are 3 stages, right? When you are young, you have time, you have health, but no money.
Yeah.
When you are in your midlife, you're 40 years old, you already become very successful, you have money, you have health, but you don't have time.
Yeah.
Then when you're old, 60s and above, you got time, you got money, hopefully, but you may not have health.
Yeah.
You know, you can walk, but you cannot do skydiving.
Yeah.
You cannot go climbing up the mountain.
You cannot experience Everest mountain.
Yeah. But between stage 2 and 3, there is this magic stage where you have time, health, and money.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I give up my job in order to have more time.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here today. That's why I can come to Jakarta and have a podcast with you. If not, I'll be working in a bank.
Yeah.
I will make more money. But I also realize that more money doesn't buy me more happiness.
Yeah.
Because I wear a Timex.
Yeah.
I don't need a Rolex.
Yeah.
I carry a Muji bag.
Yeah.
Instead of a Tumi bag.
Yeah.
So I say might as well I get more time. I get more time, then I can do what I like. Then I can choose who I want to work with.
Yeah. Freedom comes with a different mindset. I think when a person decides to have simple living and high thinking, they know what are the priorities
Yes. Simple thinking,
simple living,
simple living, high thinking.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
right.
Yeah.
You're an example for that. So, high thinking, in my perspective, you keep developing your interests. You keep learning new things. You keep writing new articles. You keep sharing. You keep growing. You are learning something new. You are sharing something new. Somebody out there is getting the benefit. And it's the same experience as your $2.
Yes. This I now realize that money cannot buy happiness when you reach a certain stage.
Age, yes.
Yeah, certain age, certain stage. For happiness, we need many forms of happiness, just like vitamins.
Yeah.
Money give us only type A happiness.
Yeah.
Type B, C, D, we need from relationship.
Yeah.
We need it from doing meaningful work,
Yeah.
helping others, creating impact to others. Then your life generally is more fulfilling.
So, like you said, you have this. What is this FUM?
This, I don't think I can say it on this podcast.
Oh yeah, it's a bit in here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what is your last? There is a quote in this book.
There's a quote in this book which I ended is to think big.
That's why he's here. Big thinking, big thinkers. Okay.
Think big,
Yeah.
start small, act now.
Yeah. Think big, start small, act now. I love that.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.